Hey friends, for today's craft, I'm going to show you how to draw this fun 4th of July dog. So for supplies, these are really simple supplies. All you're going to need is some paper, scissors, pencil, eraser, marker, some glue, and some crayons. So I stuck with the basics today, so all of you should have these. To start out, I'm going to take my first piece of paper and I'm going to draw lightly just a circle. I'm going to do it a little darker so that you can see it here. But we're going to do a circle, kind of filling the whole paper, and then I'm going to do a line down the middle because dogs are symmetrical. And so we want to make sure both sides are the same, and so it's easiest if you kind of just draw a line down the middle to separate it. Then we're going to draw in the nose. The nose is like kind of in the bottom third of the dog. And we're just gonna outline this nostril here. So it's kind of like a square shape, but the bottom line is a little thinner. And then I'm gonna do the 2 nostril holes. Okay, then we're gonna move down to the mouth and we're just gonna do a little line down, and then I'm gonna do the cheeks. So just these big round shapes. And we're gonna try and match as closely as we can on the other side. And then I'm gonna do his tongue sticking out. So I just did a long, like oval shaped tongue. And then the tongue has a line down the middle. You can see it's right in the middle there, it kind of follows that line down. I'm gonna add these 2 little curves on the cheeks to make it look like he's a happy dog. Okay, now really lightly, I'm gonna do these shapes from the top of the head down to the cheeks. That is for when I am coloring. So I'm not gonna outline those lines in black because it's just gonna be where I color in the orange and leave it white. You'll see that in a minute. Then I'm gonna draw in the 2 eyes, just some oval shapes on each side of the head. I'm gonna draw in some eyebrows here, and then on each side of the head, kind of by the eyes, I'm gonna do these shapes that I'm gonna color in brown. So you'll see that in a minute. Okay, now we're moving on to the ears. These are a little more difficult to get really symmetrical, but just try your best. So you're just gonna do this like rounded triangle shape just on each side of the head. And then I'm gonna do a smaller triangle shape in the middle. Okay, and there you have our basic outline of the dog. Down on the bottom left and right of his head, I'm going to do kind of some hair here because he's a pretty furry dog. And we're gonna go over this with a marker here in a minute. Now I'm going to grab my permanent marker and just outline all of these lines. Obviously, I'm only picking the ones that I like, and I'm kind of cleaning them up a bit as I go. And then I'm going to take my eraser after I'm done with this and erase some of my pencil lines. I'm trying to make the dog look pretty, like organic looking, so I want to keep my lines a little loose. Outline the ears. And then here I grab my eraser, and I'm erasing all the lines except for I'm keeping these lines that are on either side of the, like just above the nose, where the bridge of the nose is. Because I'm gonna color in orange up until those lines. So you can see here how I color it. We're gonna leave the nose pretty white, and then on each side of the tongue, that area down there is also going to be white. And you can color the dog however you want. You can use any colors that you want. I'm just gonna stick with traditional like orange and brown and white for my dog. You can pause or skip this part of the video if you'd like. For the nose, I actually left a little white oval that kind of adds some detail to the dog and shows that there's like a little reflection on the nose. We're gonna color the tongue red. And then inside of the ears, I just picked a darker orange. Okay, now we're finished coloring the dog, and we're just gonna cut him out. So I'm gonna follow my lines as closely as I can and just carefully cut out his head. Now I'm gonna place him on the upper portion of my paper so that I can see how big his head is and what I need to draw. But I'm gonna draw his body. And it's just really simple body shape. So it's just gonna be two kind of curved lines going up to his head and down to the bottom of the paper. And I'm gonna make him like a 4th of July dog. So he is going to have red and white striped shirt on, and then a blue bow tie. So I'm drawing the shirt first, and I'm kind of just lightly putting these lines in to see where they go. Then again, I'm going to take my permanent marker and just go over those lines. Now on the upper part of the page, I'm going to draw my bow tie. Because I'm going to be cutting this out, it doesn't really matter where you put it. So we're going to start out with this square shape. It's a little bit more rounded lines. And then on each side of the square, you're going to do these like bigger squares that have one side taller than the other. Just copy exactly what I'm doing here. And then in the middle, I'm going to do these two little lines just to kind of give it some dimension. Then we're going to outline it with our permanent marker and erase all of our pencil lines, because if you go over the pencil lines with a crayon, then you can't really erase them after. Then I'm just going to draw some stars on the bow tie. If you have a hard time drawing stars, you can just do circles. I'm going to outline those stars in blue and then color in everything else. And then you can see I colored in those red stripes. Now that we're done coloring, we're just gonna grab our scissors and cut it all out. I'm going to lay it all out and place the head on the body and the bow tie and see where everything's going, and then glue it on. Just so I know where everything needs to go. So I'm just going to attach the bow tie first and then just put a little glue on the bottom of the head to attach the head onto the body. I grabbed some tape to put on the back just to kind of make sure it's nice and reinforced. And there you have it. Such a cute little 4th of July dog. I hope you enjoyed this craft. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube for more videos like this one.